All right, y'all, we're here with another mixing technique with your boy Ethan Wave. Let's get into it right now. I'm working on this record again for So Cashed Out. I'm pretty much mixing his old album right now. So it's about, I think it's going to be like 12 songs. I don't really know how many songs he got, but he got me starting with 2 records right now. I finished the first one, the one I showed y'all the little mixing trick with the sounds. Now let's get into this one. I'm going to show y'all what I do on my all bus. Let's show y'all what this is. So here on my all bus and my master bus, this is all means for non-engineers and non-producers. The all bus means all of the channels from sounds to 808s to drums, everything, all the snares and everything, all that, the vocals, all of that is entering this one channel here. Right here. Everything's coming through here. So if I mute this, everything gets muted. Like everything. The whole signal's coming in there. So what I like to do, I learned this from Jason Joshua again on Mix and Masters. Mix with the Masters. The guy's a fucking genius, so why wouldn't you follow a genius's ways? And just, you know, kind of you got to kind of adjust to your own thing, though. You can't just like copy and just paste it onto your shit, but you can do what he did and then just adjust to what your song actually needs, because everybody's song is different, everybody's sonic is different, everybody records differently, so everything needs a different approach. So here we got the Attack regular 16 and the release on 160, which it comes stock like that. Bring it up to 6 dBs. I brought up to 6.1 dB, and he usually has his threshold around like negative 25. I put mine on negative 20 because it just sounded good. We got the ratio on 1.45 here, as you can see. So this, you know, it keeps everything glued in a way. So everything, since every sound is going through that, it keeps everything glued to like anything that's sticking out is going to get controlled and come right back into where it needs to be. Great plugin right there. Love the R compressors, the Renaissance. So great compressor. You can use that for a lot of things, vocals and just instruments, anything really that you want to use it on. So here I got my patchwork again, because you know these plugins don't pop up on Pro Tools for me, so I gotta go through the patchwork. So here I got the black box. Everybody's like every big engineer's favorite plugin, pretty much. Like if you're using this plugin, you advanced, you on another level, because this is the shiznit. This bad boy right here, like turn it off. I lose when I turned it off right now. I just lost so much feeling from this. Like turn it on, off, on. Wow, it just brings so much like thickness. It brings so much thickness to my sound, and I love it. Like I guess just the saturation itself does so much work. Then it got this pentode. It sounds like this part, I'm not too sure, guys, but this gives me like extra thickness in my song, a little bassier, heavier, makes my song heavier. And then the triode kind of gives me that crispiness, gives me the little bit of sharpness in there. And if I need extra air, usually, which is 10K usually in the engineer world, 10,000 hertz and up, get that crispiness sound. But I didn't really need it for this song, so I didn't turn it on. And then I kind of bring my output down always, because this bad boy just does so much. And you know me, I like to keep everything light. Yeah. So there's that. Then I got my other secret trick that a lot of people don't know about, that to get that loudness. You're looking for that loudness, but then you just can't peak too much. This is the secret weapon right here. Bow! Who knows about this? Standard Clip by Sir Audio Tools. One of the best plugins, man. I freaking love this plugin. Like, you know, we go through these situations as engineers where artists and producers send records where the shit is so loud and clipping that we got to control it, right? But then when we go and control it,
it sounds low. The artist gets the song back or the producer and be like, man, like I don't got the same feeling anymore, or I don't have the same kick in my kick, or I don't have the bass is not booming as hard because you brought the volume down or you controlled it too much or whatnot. I'd be like, yeah, all right, time to pull this bad boy out. Soft clip this classic mode right here. And as you bring this clip down, it kind of like crushes the sound in a way where it saturates it and brings it louder without peaking. So it kind of stays the same as if it was peaking, but it's not. And it got that loudness though. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but check it out. So if I bring this down, it starts crushing right here, and it's showing me it's distorting, adding saturation to my sound. See here, I didn't need my song to be much louder, but if you want that shit to be loud, that shit will get loud, but keep it very light. Adds a little clip to it. It gives it a little clipness. It gives you that clipping feeling without actually clipping. Like, it kind of controls your sound a lot, man. Like, saturation is better than limiting. Let's put it like that, guys. Like, you don't want to limit too much. Like, I've learned to not depend on the limiter to make your song louder. Even though it works for some people, that shit works a lot. Like, I fucking led my whole half of my engineer career in the beginning making songs louder with a limiter by just squashing that shit -10 on the threshold and just fucking making that shit loud as hell. But as I was, tuning in to mix with the masters and the GOATs and all the best engineers in the world, they were saturating a lot of things to make shit loud. And then when it got to the limiter, you only got a threshold that bitch only like -5, -6, -8 if you really want to get loud, but -5, man, all you need. That's all you need, because in Spotify and iTunes and all that, they only really take like songs that are in what is it, -14 LUFS, LUF, and that's what it is, man. So you don't need to overthink the loudness of your song. You don't need to squash them with limiters. You need to mix your record pretty loud, but obviously like keep it, let's say -6 dBs. Try to keep it like under there. -3 the loudest if you're like going loud, but -6 to -3 the worst. And then just throw a, saturating, and then throw a little limiter on there just to, I already know. And then last but not least, my favorite, everybody's favorite, the SSL comp. Guys, this solid state Logic G Master Bus Compressor is probably one of the best plugins, just legendary. Comes from the actual SSL board. Now we got it digitally. It's the actual compressor that's on the SSL board that the legendary artists and favorite bands used in the past, even the Beatles type shit. This thing, I only use it to glue my songs, like to glue everything together, kind of like what the R Renaissance is doing. This guy's like my backup. That's why I got him on the master bus. Let the Renaissance do his thing. Then I'll go hit the black box with the standard clip. Then I'll hit that SSL comp. It hits that next, which like, I always try to keep it under the 4. Little, let it hover right there. When you over compress the master bus sometimes, like it just doesn't, it gets squashed. So we don't want that. So we keep it a little bit under 4. Sometimes I'll even do a little low, less than that, but I got my thresholds here on 13. The Makeup Gang I got on 1.7. Auto release, got my TAC on 1 millisecond. And then I got my ratio on 4.1. Keep the analog on for the analog taste, the analog sound, feel. That shit bumping. You heard? Love that plugin, man. Never a fail. That plugin never fails me. And of course, last but not least, we got the Pro L2 Fab Filter. So many people love, a lot of fan favorite. And we all use this to end our records, you know. What we do. So here I got 5+ on the gain. I'm oversampling at 8 times. You know. Then I got my output level negative 0.01, so nothing goes past that clip wise. Song stays in control with that. See, I got my threshold jumping a little bit by -3. If this is hitting too much, I don't really mess with it. Like, I don't like when it goes over 6 on the limiting on the meter here, because that means my song's getting kind of squashed. You want to keep it light there. You want to tread lightly on that. So like that. That's a good level right there. I like it. And there it is, y'all. Tap in with me next week for some more mixing tips with Ethan Wave. Look, I'm not the greatest engineer in the world. I just do me. I mix the sounds how I like to mix. You know, I look at engineering as an empty canvas, like a regular painter would paint however he want to paint. Ain't no real like super strategy you got to go with. Everything's free. Like, the rule is, if it sounds good, sounds good. If that's how you like to listen to your music, that's how you like it. If somebody gave me their song to mix it, it's because they like the way I like to hear my sound. They trust me to make their song sound good to what we think sounds good. And you know, that's what it is, man. So anything I told y'all here is not like 100% guaranteed proof to work. So you got to go with what you feel flows. You could take whatever I do and just work it from there and tweak it and adjust it to your song, to your sound. So catch you guys next time. You already know, it's Ethan Wave. Let's go.